What's up, my dudes? How's it going today? dakblake here, and today we're looking at the Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 teaser trailer. That is right, it is here. I'm excited. It's been so long since, like, anything has happened. I think it's been, like, since May. So, we finally have a teaser trailer here, and we're gonna break it down. In the last time I, like, broke down a trailer in Chapter 2, I feel like we found some secrets, so hopefully your boy dakblake can figure things out. We're gonna go through. I'm also gonna, like, brighten the footage up. We're gonna take screenshots. We're gonna go through. We're gonna compare tapes from the other chapters. We're doing a deep dive, finding some secrets. I'm excited. Nevertheless, let's just watch this once through, and then, I guess we'll kind of just break things down. All right, it is starting up. I'm excited. I feel like I have a couple of theories already in my head.
More gratifying
okay, here we go.
to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile.
Okay.
To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams.
So this is Elliot Ludwig, right?
Everything to these children. This company and its toys are nothing without
Oh,
them.
Okay. I mean, I'm already seeing things right now.
It is with enormous pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Call, I announce Playcare, our very own on-site orphanage. A child should never be left unloved. Never without a hand to hold when they see a monster in their closet.
Okay.
Wait
a minute.
Joy,
who is this?
And smiles to every child who enters these doors.
I'm trying to listen to like what he's saying too. There's probably something cryptic in there, huh? Oh, there's like cries. Oh gosh. I think I kind of already know who that could be. Oh, okay. Okay, wait, 2023 though, that's a while from now. All right, so first impressions, I think this is intense. It is very short. It's only a minute long, but it gives so much detail. There's been so many things just hidden in the background. I think I'm definitely gonna have to raise the brightness here. But let's listen first to what Elliot Ludwig says, obviously. Everything he says is probably cryptic and metaphorical. Let's hear it.
My soul and being the reason for a child's smile.
Okay, so
to be the spark that ignites all their hopes.
To be the spark that ignites all their hopes and dreams. You know what that is? The spark that ignites their hopes and dreams. What does like every kid want? They want to be like something greater than themselves, right? They want to be something amazing, something cool. And I'm thinking also, just off the top of my head, he's talking about an orphanage. These are kids that literally have no say. They're in an orphanage. There's no parents to be like, hey, I don't want my kid to do this, or I don't want my kid to be in this kind of test. It almost feels like Elliot Ludwig wanted a Playcare orphanage to do experiments, because that's all he does is experiment this and experiment that. I feel like this is gonna be really dark. Okay, so
this company and its toys are nothing without them.
They're nothing without them.
That is why it is within.
Wait, that's also kind of a dark statement. I don't know if I'm digging too far into this. I could be completely absurd, but I feel like my gut feeling is almost like they're using these kids for experimentations, and by him saying the toys are nothing without them, almost makes me feel like he was doing experiments on the kids or with the kids to somehow develop these lifelike toys, right? I don't know.
It was pleasure that as the founder of Playtime Call, I announced Playcare. Our very own on-site orphanage.
On-site orphanage.
A child should never be left unloved. Never without a hand to hold when they see a monster in their closet.
Oh gosh, okay, that's also kind of a dark statement, right? Who says that? Who goes, a kid should not go unloved or without a hand to hold when there's a monster in their closet? He's like, hey kids, you see all those monsters? I feel like he's just like riling everybody up, you know?
Playcare.
Okay.
Inspiration and smiles to every child who enters these doors.
All right. So then you get the claps. You get the claps right away. Everybody's cheering. It feels like they're all adults, right? But then you start hearing kids, and you hear cries, and then you hear screams. Okay, yeah. You know what? I mean, that's definitely like something went down in the orphanage. It wasn't all smiles and fun. There was definitely some bad stuff. So, first off, I think that theory could be good. The fact, I mean, it's a really simple theory that they're just testing on these kids. But if you bring it back to Elliot Ludwig, his whole thing was kind of crazy. If you remember, if you go into, the first room, it plays a tape about Elliot Ludwig and the fact that he lost a family member. And it almost feels like kind of like a tie into like Five Nights at Freddy's and like experimentations on mechanical things. You can kind of tie it into Poppy Playtime and the fact that like he would try to take all these toys and put life into them, almost bringing back his family members. I looked up experiment 1006, which is, I guess, the prototype, right? Have you noticed there's bones in the actual claw? I never even realized that, but I mean, that's 100% showing that he's doing experiments on living and mixing in mechanical and kind of it's like bringing the dead to life. All right, so I have the tape here for Elliot Ludwig, and this is what plays when you enter into his like little office here. But listen, it says right here.
In the 1960s, an unfortunate family death had pushed Ludwig down to his lowest.
Yeah.
But with so much ambition.
See, okay, I'm sorry I'm interrupting it, but like, it's down to his lowest means that he would have literally done anything. I don't think he cared about anything at this point, and the fact that he like kind of established this what is it, crazy company in order to do whatever he wants. Look at all these blueprints. I mean, they obviously don't pertain to like bringing the dead back to life. He doesn't show that here, but I think that might be what it was. See, either that or putting consciousness into a toy.
Continued to fulfill his vision for the Playtime Co. toy factory. Ludwig could never be content leaving a project unfinished. But just how did one man come to create such an astounding empire? How did he manage to stay determined even after suffering such a tragic loss?
I think they're really harping on that.
The fateful year of
19 something, you know? So I've tried to recreate what the trailer's almost like. I mean, obviously I don't have that like gas mask face thing, but I kind of put all the toys here, and there's a baby. I know there's a random baby head. I'm sorry. Very creepy baby head. I found it over here. I was trying to bring all the toys I could find in the beginning area, and there was a baby head here. I don't know how that pertains to the game, but it's kind of weird, right? But it's almost like the trailer took place here, you know? It kind of zooms up. You see, you know, Bron. You don't see a baby head. You see Cat Bee here, Boogie Bot, and then you see the face. And I feel like all of these toys have to somehow connect to this new character. The easiest thing to say is that it's Bron somehow, but honestly, I don't think that it's Bron. All right, so I took a screenshot from the video. I have to see this. This character or object, I don't know. It has to be somebody new, right? Let's bring up the levels so we can see everything going on in the background. Ooh, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so I mean, I could see everything. This is perfect. So in the background, it looks like this is like a Boogie Bot head. Oh, Bron is literally sitting in the back here. I don't think you would normally see that. So we have Bron, we have Bunzo, we have Daisy, we have PJ Pugapillar. They're all in the background. I feel like this has to be deliberate though, right? They could have just put an empty background, just like all dark so that we had to focus on this. I feel like these are here to kind of prove a point. See, the thing is I don't know if this has anything to do with everything, but why do all of the toys that are considered like dead, they all have like a rope wrapped around their neck, right? Do you see that? There's a rope wrapped around that toy's neck. There's this one with a rope wrapped around their neck. I'm like, is there something to do with like the inability to breathe? I don't know. This is kind of confusing. I don't know who that character could be, but I guess an easy thing to say would be like the prototype, right? I feel like this is almost representative of like something with no face, something that's almost like void of character. So I kind of want to compare like the chapter 2 teaser. What did we miss? So I was just looking at it, and you hear the only thing they do is they show old footage of like the factory, and they just play the itsy bitsy spider, you know, and that's it. And I think that's all we get to see. It's just like, oh, this is the new area, right? And that's it. So you really have to dig. If we were watching this teaser trailer about chapter 2, we would have no idea about Mommy Longlegs, right? And the only thing we would have was a song, the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which is clearly a hint. But what does this mean? What does this mean? I guess, you know what? If you wanted to come up with a really, really bizarre theory, what if there was these experimenter people, I guess, that would bring these children into the rooms, they would perform all these tasks on them. If you think about it, the whole game station, that whole thing with Mommy Longlegs was about testing the cognitive function of kids. They would like round them all up, they'd put them into a game, and they would test them. They would say, how did you do on this test? With Huggy Wuggy, it was like dexterity and all that stuff. They'd use the grab pack, the reaction time, what is it, in statues, it was like speed and agility. I think it even lists it on one of the papers in there. So what if there was one where they were like, all these kids were just freaking out and crying, so they like pumped a room full of just like happy gas or whatever, and they were just like, hey, all of these kids, they're laughing, blah blah blah, you know, and there would just be like a faceless person just performing these experiments on them. So I went back in the game and I'm trying to see things now through the perspective of this new trailer, and I mean, it's very clear. I mean, what toy company is doing experiments, right? This is very unusual. And I guess, I mean, if you're looking back, I remember first reading this, it feels a little bit different now. It's very focused on, what is it, the poppy flower. I barely remember this, but do you remember in chapter 1, I think there was something that said like, find the flower, right? I mean, look at this. I still believe in the potential of the poppy flower. It has unusual properties to let me believe that the proper mixture and procedure could have life-altering properties. The poppy flower for a long time carried heavy symbolism, and I don't believe that's for no reason. Perhaps something larger than a rat would yield different results. AKA kids, I don't know. I mean, it was on the desk of Elliot Ludwig. So to continue forward, let's listen to the tape about experiment 1006, aka the prototype.
Final log.
Okay.
In relation, experiment 1006.
Okay.
The prototype. Coordination and cooperation is evidently within his skill set, as well as the skill set of all other.
Oh, wait, do you hear that? In the background, it sounds like Huggy Wuggy going through, what is it, the vents. Do you hear this? And people are screaming. Do you hear it? Ah! Okay, I turned it up a little bit.
The skill set of all other experiments of his type. Though still missing, today's events are no doubt in relation to him. His absence was a flaw in the scientific process, which should have under no circumstances been left unaccounted for.
Huh.
That's why I'm making this log, so that the same mistake won't be made twice. Any future experiments will need to be contained and disposed of in a secure location.
Okay.
I'm not worried about myself. One breakthrough and I'll be back. We must forge onwards in the name of science.
One breakthrough and I'll be back. Does that mean like, hey, even if I die, you could put my consciousness into another character? I don't like another toy. I don't know. I feel like sometimes am I stretching like my idea of what is going on, or am I correct? I don't know.
We must
okay, let's continue.
In the name of science, whether those who are beneath us understand it or not. End of.
End of something. So I mean, that's very clear that there are, one, we can establish this. There are experiments going on in a toy company factory. 2, Elliot Ludwig was very, very sad about somebody passing, so much to the point where he was conducting these experiments for life-altering properties. 3, I feel like all of these experiments have something to do with bringing toys to life. Whether or not it's a conscious person being put into a toy, which I feel like there was. I mean, I remember in chapter 1, there was like a girl, I feel like the name's Stella. I don't know if I'm going crazy. I think Stella or something. Somebody came and basically was like almost turned into one of the toys. But I have another tape here about what the experiment 1006, or the prototype, about what he did. All right, so let's listen here.
08502 in relation. Experiment 1006.
I don't know who this is, right? I don't think this is Elliot Ludwig, is it?
A close call occurred this week in which he nearly breached containment.
Okay.
The prototype seemingly disassembled the digital alarm clock within his room.
And he's called the prototype, which means like he's like one of the original, right?
Several other components to create a laser pointer.
Okay.
Which he then fired into the security camera, disabling it.
Okay.
These actions allowed him 28.3 seconds completely unmonitored.
Jeez, okay.
Once function returned to the camera, the room appeared to be empty. One surveillance specialist went in to confirm his absence. However, upon opening the door, she realized that the prototype had hidden in one of the camera's blind spots. The prototype attempted to escape through the open door. However, Another surveillance specialist was able to remotely relock the door.
Oh, no. Okay.
Despite the other specialist still being inside.
Oh, locked in with him.
One casualty occurred. The prototype seems to possess an unprecedented level of intelligence beyond that of all other test subjects, as well as an alarming willingness to commit violence.
Jeez.
Further suppression treatments will need to be enacted to ensure that no other experiments develop these qualities.
Okay, well.
Experiment 1170, Huggy Wuggy, remains the optimal outcome due to his sufficient intelligence paired with maximum obedience. End of line.
Okay, so to continue forward, I feel like I've seen some theories where like Huggy Wuggy is the prototype, and I think that's wrong. I mean, you clearly see that they're like Huggy Wuggy was like experiment 1170, and he was like a new version that was more obedient. And I guess for obedience sake, he tries to attack and kill us, so I don't know how obedient he was. But to say that he was the prototype, I don't know. Maybe the prototype is a precursor to Huggy Wuggy. Maybe it's just like an all-mechanical being with real bones in him, and they were just testing what life could be like in a toy, and they didn't really put on like the fur and the skin, and he's just a mechanical arm with like bones and I guess a mechanical face. But to say he has intelligence almost makes me feel like definitely these experiments tie in everything. This is what baffles me. I really want to read your comments. Like I want to look at the comments almost like right now as I'm recording this, being like, what is this? All right, so for this last part, I downloaded the video and I put it into Premiere to see if I could raise the brightness, and I can see things pretty clearly now. The first thing I note is the video is a little choppy. Maybe I can like smooth it out. I don't know if it'll make it any different, but the first thing I do notice is there's almost like these lines right here. Do you see that? It looks like there's like electricity that just like hit the floor. Obviously breaks too. So something either massive or powerful had walked through this area. So the thing that I notice, obviously, is that Mommy Longlegs is cut in half by the grinder. It shows basically metaphorically that she is dead, that she will not be returning. Does that mean the same thing for Huggy Wuggy? Because he's right here. He looks intact. He looks safe. It looks almost like they're trying to tell us, hey, he could be back, right? It also could be like, hey, look, you conquered him in what is it, chapter 1. Chapter 2 is Mommy Longlegs, but then it goes to Bron. Is this about Bron? But like, he's destroyed here. It goes forward, and then you see, what is it? What looks like the parts of Boogie Bot. And a little button here. And then we got what looks like a banana. I don't know what that's all about. But hey, look, we got some bananas. Oh yeah, I'm trying to see if I can like see what's going through here. We got, it looks like Boogie Bot back there. PJ Pugapillar, Daisy. I see almost like a flower here. I don't know what that is. We have, what is it? Cat Bee. We have Bunzo. There's something else here. It's like white, like a tail almost. I'm not sure. But then yeah, we have what is it, Bron back here. I don't know what some of these little tiny pieces are, but nevertheless there's a lot of mystery. There's a lot of ideas. I think one theory would be that Bron could be this new character that they're talking about because it does match the colors. It almost like looks facially the same, but also it could be a completely different thing. They're just trying to kind of allude to I guess a story, right? It's about an orphanage and it's about gas mask somehow. It's kind of how like in the teaser for chapter 2, all it played was the Itsy Bitsy Spider. So we have to draw conclusions, I guess, where we can find them. Nevertheless, I know this has been an all-around video and just kind of jumping around ideas and stuff, but I want to see what you guys think. I'm so excited. I feel like there's going to be a lot of crazy things in chapter 3, considering that it's coming out in 2023. That feels so long. But in the meantime, we'll be making some mods, having some fun, breaking some games, and hopefully you tune in. So thank you guys for watching and subscribing as we go on to 2 million. I thank God every day I'm able to do things like this. I hope I can make you smile. I hope that I've ignited maybe an idea of what you think the chapter could be about. Tell me all your ideas below. I want to read all of your ideas about what the story could be. I'm excited. I really want to see. So nevertheless, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next episode, probably coming up right now. I'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, peace out, my dudes.